Hello traders, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in today's YouTube video. My name is Darius and today I'm going to publish for you my view of the market. So we're going to look over some couple of pairs. So stay tuned, we will analyze it from a smart money concept perspective, understanding where the footprints of the big institutions are and how we can make profit out of these things. Okay guys, but before we're going to do this, I would like to introduce you to my new mentorship program, which is the Inner Circle mentorship. So I completely changed everything currently. I'm giving you my whole knowledge that I have. So I'm currently trading 3 years long, non-stop. I tried so many strategies out there, guys. You cannot even believe it. How much it charged me to understand these kind of things that I put it over here in the Inner Circle mentorship. So I structured it that way, like you can see it over here. So I will go right now very quick over it. In the Inner Circle mentorship program, I have another video for you there, how to proceed, because this is right now just the categories. Okay, we have so much subcategories, how we did it, how this whole thing will work. And yeah, the goal, of course, is actually using that knowledge in order for you to start from here, right? Majority will not start with very big cash, and if you have big cash, then you also would like to get even more cash. So it's not a secret. We all would like to come over here, but of course only if we like this whole way. Okay, so if you don't like analyzing the financial markets, then this Inner Circle is definitely not for you. So it's not about only making profit, it's living a self-made life by using this education thing over here, by using the knowledge on how to analyze the forex market, on how to trade them properly, and at the end to live from that. Okay, so if you don't like it, then that's definitely not the channel for you. So only if you would like to do it by your own, then that's it. So of course you have a community behind you to help you on a daily basis. I will be also here in the community with you. Yeah, and this is how it is structured. So you will start by getting into the education section. So there you have every concept that I'm using step by step explained. Furthermore, we will do then a mindset thing. So you have their books, videos that you should definitely watch. Trading mindset, which helped me to go through this whole procedure. So I will tell you from start, it will not be easy. Okay, of course, with the right education, you are definitely on the right step. I'm not telling you right now that this strategy that I'm using over here is the best strategy in this world, okay? But I can tell you that is the best strategy that worked for me so far. So I used retail trader strategies at the beginning. Yes, I did. I used these trend lines. I used these patterns. Yes, I was successful using them. But at some point, I was really losing a lot of money because I was still trying to adapt these concepts, which didn't work for me, because on every single market phase it will be a little bit different, and that's actually the thing why for me retail trader concepts do not work. But with this concept that I built over here, so this is the whole knowledge about how smart money traders really trade, okay? By understanding their footprints, all their probabilities are based on the strategy, okay? Now this is how you will proceed, guys. So education, afterwards mindset, and then exercise. Exactly. So I have an extra exercise section over there where everybody can post the steps that he learned in the education, make it public for the whole community, so the community can review it and everybody can give you feedback. And also me personally, I will give you feedback if you've done it correctly or not. Then guys, the next step will be for you to backtest the whole knowledge that you've gained through the education section, trying to understand every single failure. And the most important thing is, was it really a failure or was it just because of the current circumstances? Okay, because sometimes you will make failure, but it's not a failure from you, it's just a failure of the strategy. Because this is the most important thing to understand. You can never say 100% what the market will do, but we will still protect ourselves with a stop loss, okay? Because we never know what it will really do, but we would like to minimize our losses and to maximize our wins. And sometimes it will be like that you made everything properly, you followed every single rule that you needed to follow, but still the trade failed. But probably it is an other issue, probably it was the current market phase, and this is what you need to understand within the failure section. So I explained there also failures that I did and why these are failures and why it was just a weakness of a strategy, because everything in the world has a weakness, okay? It's not possible that you have 100% energy, that something will always work 100%, and this is something which we will go also through. Then we will have weekly Zoom calls where we will make Q&As. We will make a week preparation where I tell you, okay, these kind of the trades I'm going to take next week. I will also publish, of course, trading IDs. I will also share it with entry and stop losses sometimes. So not always, but I will explain to you, okay, this is the zone where I'm going to look for a buying opportunity, and I will tell you which kind of rules we should wait for in order to execute that trade then properly, okay? But you will see that from time to time you will get the exact same trades like I do, because we've been using the same strategy. Yeah, then very big part of this whole thing is the community. Community should be here to help each other. Everybody should share their trades that they have, trading IDs that they have, and especially the most important thing then will be the refinements. Okay, this is for the advanced traders over here who are already trading kind of these smart money concepts, but everybody has their own view on how they do it. Okay, and this is something which we will do also every single week on a Zoom call, but we'll also speak about refinements on how I refined, for example, that one trade that I took last week which made me big profit, for example, okay, or why these trades failed for me that week because I used the wrong refinement at that point. Okay, so the refinement is also kind of the view that you have of the market. Somebody will see that this market is a long, somebody will say this is a short. Okay, and that's kind of the thing. If you will then understand a little bit more things, then you will always understand that you should need to take a long or you need to take a short. And this is going to be the refinement section, and this will be the really advanced stuff. But this is something which you will gain with the experience. The longer you use the strategy, the more refinements you will understand, the more kind of high risk reward trades you will at the end have. Okay, well, that's basically it, guys. That was the introduction for my Inner Circle Mentorship Program. So if you would like to join me, just check out the link tree over here. It's the first one over here. So I really welcome everybody to join it. So everybody who would like to bring it to the next level, try it at least. It's something which I put so much value in it, and I definitely promise you that if you are fully committed to it, it will bring you really to the next level. Okay, then I would say we will right now definitely start with some analysis. We will look for the EURUSD, showing to you what kind of situations we have over here. So from the weekly time frame, this kind of thing is looking currently super bearish. I explained to you the last time that we analyzed the EURUSD. It was actually after market close bullish here that I was expecting price to push up higher, and yes, it did, but unfortunately the last week it gave us a move up and immediately it dropped to the downside. And let me just show you right now what kind of possibilities we have right now from a weekly time frame, because the market here has an important area. Okay, it's in POI for me, where price will probably tap into it. So we don't know if it will really do, but if the price will break here this structural point here, then it will definitely drop lower. So look at this. That's the thing that I would like to see the price to break it. It could be right now also a liquidity grab, what the market did, because it grabbed liquidity from the upside. Right now, grabbing liquidity from the downside, from that trend line that occurred over here. Right now, the possibilities that the price will just push up from here higher, or it will break through it and then from here pushing up higher. These two options we have. But if you look on the weekly, it really looks super bearish, to be honest. Now furthermore, what we can see on the weekly time frame is that we had here a big source of liquidity, and the market actually took that liquidity, used the liquidity a little bit for a push up, and now I'm not sure if there is enough liquidity for the push up right now here, or if it will be used to drop the price lower in order to tap into the POY over there. Okay, so let's switch down to the daily time frame. Now the daily time frame is still super bearish. So if you look at from here, this whole thing dropped all the way to the downside. Now what we can see here, price definitely created here an important liquidity point. So I'm definitely going to use that for future targets. So a future target will be definitely priced to come above that area, using then from there the liquidity for another push up higher, or more than likely for a short. Okay, then if we will analyze the most recent price action, what I can spot here is an order block and level of demand over here, and the price tapped into it very aggressively. Okay, so this is something which I don't want really to see. So it's for me not clear what the market will do right now. It is for me just way too aggressive. But the reason why it was so aggressive is because the market targeted the liquidity that was here located. So look at this, the price just took out everybody who was involved into this uptrend. Yes, it broke structure to the upside. Price really started bullish structure, but it's not confirmed yet what it will do. But what is important is that the price tapped into the supply zone, okay, and it used that supply zone to bring the price lower. We also have another one here, and the next will be actually here, but I will not use that one due to I know that there is a high liquidity area. So for me, this zone will of course not be important anymore. For me, only this zone is important, and this one here right now. So if it will hold or if it will not hold, that would be right now the best question. Switching right now to the 4 hours, we can see it more clearly how the market actually proceeds. So let me just explain it to you very quickly. So we had over here liquidity, okay, that was a very nice liquidity zone which the market targeted with this strong up move. Okay, so it targeted the liquidity. It built here an accumulation phase, and right now the market just dropped below it. And the very funniest thing of this whole thing is that it tapped into the supply zone over here. Okay, so it just used that supply zone from a 4-hour perspective to bring the price all the way to the downside. So that was a very nice trade that we could have been taken with a very high risk reward. Me personally, I completely missed that. It was for me too late to get involved into the trade, so it occurred during night. Yes, here the only possibility would have been really at 9 o'clock, but I didn't trade that day, so I missed it anyway. So here would have been a very nice trade possible, but of course you would have need to understand this whole kind of thing. But for example, in the mentorship program, this whole trade is completely fine. So everybody who's learning my strategy, everybody knew it exactly that kind of thing here was our entry. That would have been our trade, and closing, I would have been closing it here. So 25R would have been here, easy possible. It went even lower. It even targeted the liquidity over here. So look at this, how it peaked exactly till this important level over there, and from there the price suddenly started to move up higher. So even 33R could have been possible, but me personally, I would have never held it that far, only till the zone here, because this is how I can get my profit really closed. Okay, so very easy trade, guys, on the EURUSD, and yeah, that's it. Now, like I explained to you already, due to we know exactly where the price tapped in already, we should right now look for price to react here. Okay, I would like to see here some kind of reactions. Okay, and probably we will see something like that, and then it will be definitely bullish. But if it will fail to remain over here, it will fail to create here kind of an accumulation phase, then the price will more than likely break it to the downside, because also here we got liquidity here and here, which the price could more than likely target. Okay, and if it will target it, it will go then very strong to the downside. Well, that's how I view it currently. Not very easy, but when I will look right now for a long opportunity, I would definitely target something above that area, because as we know right now, institutions brought the price from here all the way to the downside, and the idea is right now that they will break it because they don't want to see price coming all the way back up. More than likely, they will push it up higher and probably putting it here in the POY that we have over here. Okay, then the GBPUSD. Now, watching this kind of thing here from a weekly time frame, price has here an important zone, has another important zone here. So it is part of a very strong bearish movement where the price is currently testing into it, and this is why the price right now is kind of difficult to predict, because we don't know right now what the price will do from here, if it will tap in here all the way back up, or if it will push the price right now even lower, because possibility is definitely here to bring the price very strong to the downside. Something like this zone is possible. Even this zone could have been possible, which I do not expect. More than likely this zone, but also the long possibility is still valid. So for us, not really easy to see how to trade it right now. Okay, let's watch the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame actually went like that. So that was my weekly range, which I explained to you guys so often here on my YouTube channel. I broke this whole thing down where if that one push up, it was only kind of here in that range, it would have been a 134-hour possibility. Okay, so we even took that trade in a circle. But yeah, it's up to everybody how long he is going to hold it. In this case, that was a very important level, which could have been making you crazy profit on the long term. But yeah, the idea is to also close it at some point. This is something where it could be tricky afterwards. Now, what can I see right now is price tapped into the weekly level of supply, and this is why the price right now is dropping. Okay, it's dropping currently. The idea is right now, or if it will push down lower or not. Let's determine it more than likely from a daily. The daily supply will be this one here. Look at this, how beautiful price created here, this kind of structure thing, which is a very big and nice liquidity point. Okay, we've been right now targeting it, and right now my idea would be to look for a POY long below here. Let me switch to the 4 hours. The 4 hours, very nice. Look at this, price went like this, taking out liquidity from here, taking liquidity from here, and as you can see, price always targeted that liquidity, pushed up higher, never came more to the upside than this zone. Okay, and the previous zone was also never broken. So it was here kind of a supply chain. So in the lower time frame, you will understand this kind of concept more better. You can see how the price actually went like this. Okay, so it created here this kind of a chain to bring the price slowly more to the downside. But what we can see here clearly is price is on a higher time frame here bearish, and went bullish all the way up till that important structural point, which is this one. So I would definitely map out this one and always be aware of where the price is currently. But this is not telling us right now the market could not easily break it to the upside, but it just tells us right now, okay, price was dropping to the downside slowly. Right now, the daily POY is important. I would more than likely look right now at this zone over here, but keep in mind that we got structural level here. So price took liquidity. Right now it tapped into the last demand, which is here. I don't think that it will hold, so I'm not interested in getting involved here right now into a long position, I would just wait right now for price to come here and to give me here something, okay? And then from here to get involved into a long position. And this kind of supply chain, here's another one right now. It could right now bring a price here immediately and then drop to the downside, but this for me will be right now another source of liquidity, and I would like to really see the price just smashing through it. Okay, that's the idea that I have right now for the GBPUSD. That's it. So I would like definitely to look here for long. Of course, it could go lower, but then I would just look for the next POY, which will be here. Okay, because then we will take this liquidity from here and tapping right into this one. USDJPY. Oh yeah. That was a trade that I shared with you guys. So that was definitely a trade that I took. Very nice one. How much was it? I think 10R, something like that. Yeah, 10R. 10.4R was the trade that I took. I explained this here step by step, guys, in the trading view. I'm not sure trading view on YouTube. It was somewhere I've explained this. And it was a very clean trade. A lot of possibilities would have been here. Look at this, price create liquidity here. That liquidity was grabbed with that move up. So I targeted this liquidity for my entry. My entry was triggered. I went straight into profit. Price went up even higher. And then look at this. It created here again that one supply. Here was an entry. Here was an entry. So price went perfectly to the downside. Then look at this, exactly into this demand zone. That would have been a long possibility, but you should have been definitely putting it to break even in order to secure that position. Then price went lower, grabbed that liquidity from that demand zone, price pushed up again up higher. So the tendency in this whole thing was definitely bearish. It was clear. So looking for POYs for long is definitely something which could be risky. But look at this. These trades are still insane because you're just using such a small stop loss, and you can just close that trade immediately when it will reach the next POY. Okay, 5R, guys, 5R. So I see retail traders trading 5R, and they wait for that trade to occur within weeks because it's based on the higher time frame. That's the only way on how they can do that high thing. And here, look at this, another 10R. So really crazy how these concepts work. So let me just open right now a new clean chart for you to understand, to explain you what I see on the USDJPY currently. Perfectly. So the USDJPY is kind of right now super bullish. So we can see that price tapped into this zone here. So this zone is a high liquidity zone because it took out liquidity from these previous highs. And then look at this. It went very strong to the downside. Boom. Right now we are back up. The idea is right now that it will go short. But of course it could just go up higher to target another zone which is located over here, because overall it's part of this bullish movement, but this bullish movement is part of this bearish movement as we broke structure here to the downside. I would still look right now for short possibilities. I would not jump right into long positions. However, we are at daily level of demand. The idea is right now to wait for price to break that one to confirm more trades for bearish setups. This is another important POY for longs afterwards. Let's see. It's not easy right now to understand it from a higher time frame perspective where it will move. But what we could do is right now is actually, as long as we are above the zone, to look for longs. And if we right now will break this zone here, it looks like price will then go higher from my point of view. So I would not look then for any short opportunities. So as long as we will remain below this area, we could look here into these POYs here to look here to get involved into a short. That's how I would do it, guys. I would do it like that. I will look right now for shorts from here. Look at this price already creating liquidity with that strong move up. So I could soon drop to the downside if the price would like to drop. Otherwise, it could do something like that. and then be careful here because price from here could switch any times. Okay. Furthermore, what I see is price took that liquidity, used that liquidity to go longer, right? But if this will not break the structural point, then this whole thing is invalid for me, right? So then it will be bullish. If it will break it, it will be bullish 100%. It will be then something like this because liquidity was already grabbed. So right now I would still look for a bearish movement because it could be right now here the correction of this higher structure and the price will tap in lower. But let's see, not sure about this setup. GBPJPY, it is something which I explained to you on TradingView, but I didn't explain to you everything. So my idea was right now we got three important key levels. The first one here, we broke it already to the upside, but we got liquidity above it. So above this zone here, we have a ton of liquidity. So price right now could use that liquidity to bring it for at least a correction to the downside. Of course, we could even see a shift in momentum, but we got another target here and another target here for longs as well. Okay, so this is how perspective should always be. Switching right now to the daily, we can see how the price prepared this whole thing for an up move. So I made even a TradingView analysis idea when the price was here that I was looking for a nice long, and price, boom, smashed all the way to the upside using the liquidity which was generated here over time that was just used. So this is kind of again the supply chain to the downside, then price, boom, smashing it all the way to the upside. Right now we have something similar. So this is the idea right now. If you see this, it looks very obvious that it's something like this again. The thing is, we don't know if it is the same, but we could use that kind of thing right now to get involved right now into a long position from the zone. If it will hold it, then price will go up higher and we will target the higher zones. But we could also smash the liquidity points here in order to get involved into a short. That's how I see it currently. Okay, long or short. Are we going to use this liquidity to bring the price up higher, or are we going to use this liquidity to bring the price afterwards here even lower into this POY and then from here going low? Yeah, that's basically it, guys, for this video. Super educational, super much stuff. And yeah, if you would like to understand more about these things that I explained to you in these videos, if you would like to really trade these concepts with me, so you know right now the power of it, so you can really trade this kind of thing on the lower time frames, and you can look for a daily 10-hour profit target on every single pair that you are looking for. Okay, so it's really not difficult, it's really possible. The only thing that you need is really to put the commitment in it, to understand it, to exercise it, to refine it, and this will lead to very big profit at the end. So yeah, guys, I welcome you everybody to join it. It's here in the link tree. See you very soon in the mentorship program. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. So it's super advanced stuff right over here which I explained to you. If you didn't understand everything, make sure to watch it one more time. And if you really would like to understand more out of it, then join my Inner Circle mentorship program. See you guys in the next video. Thank you for your big support. Bye bye.